All right. So I am bringing Robertta today. Today I'm the one interviewing Robertta. We are going to be talking about something that has been in our space for a long time. You know, the first time I heard of OnlyFans, it was very, like, really chaotic. Like a lot of people. Oh my God, this thing is in there. Am I supposed to get it over here?
Yeah, I think you
Really?
can.
It won't work, will it?
It looks nice.
On the outside. Does it? Does it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
On
It
the
looks.
outside.
I was put it like that, and then I see.
Let me check. Let me check how it. If it doesn't look, if I'm gonna look dodgy, you're gonna tell me.
Nah, you look like a rich mafia
Rich mafia. So I have to
guy.
take it back.
No. Just leave it out. What's wrong with looking like a rich mafia guy?
But you're saying nah. What does that mean?
No, it looks good.
It looks good.
Okay, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I love gold.
The audience will tell us whether it looks good.
I love gold accessories.
But just on over the top of the jacket like that?
Yeah, why not? Sini bling yako unaweza iva vile unataka kwani si umejibaia? Ama umebaiwa. Whatever ni yako.
It looks good. Hey, Nani, does it look good like this? Oh, beautiful.
Oh, so you don't trust my opinion?
No. I'm like, if two people can say it,
Yeah.
that's probably right. Some
Okay,
some might go and say, "Oh, come on, Jakiro, why is Roberta telling you to do such a stupid thing on the show?"
But I also really trust McLean's fashion
Yeah, McLean
sense.
is a. Do you know? I didn't know that McLean is actually a very, very good makeup artist.
Oh wow!
She was only telling me yesterday.
From her fashion sense,
Yeah.
you can tell she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. People of the internet, we want to talk about OnlyFans. I've been looking for somebody who is on OnlyFans to talk to me about OnlyFans. Turns out, our own Bobby Roberta. Anasumbua huko.
But what do you expect? Sex is my whole shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't understand what is going on. When you say that you're on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
everybody would like, whoa, wait a minute. What is her handle?
Love and orgasms at OnlyFans.
Love.
And orgasms.
That is your handle.
Yeah, that's my website as well. So just search up Love and Orgasms.
On OnlyFans.
Yes. And subscribe. Don't ask me what do you post over there. You have to go there to see for yourself. But I know you have a lot of questions about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you're very curious, as is the audience.
I wanted, there is something that I put on my Nini, and I wanted to have a look at it.
Yeah.
And then ask you a few questions about it. So I don't know how. So it's a subscription-based content platform that was launched in 2016 as a porn site.
That was the sole intention?
I'm not sure, because I thought that it was the reason why it was launched was that a lot of people that were in the adult industry were tired of Instagram banning the pictures and doing all these things, and not allowing them to express themselves in any way, to show thigh, to show whatever. And so I think the owners just decided, okay, let's create a place.
Yes.
I hear these days you're calling them safe spaces. Which is bullshit.
Is it really safe? Nah.
It's allow creators to post exclusive content, photos, video, live streams behind a paywall.
Yes.
Known mainly for adult content, but also used by fitness trainers, chefs, musicians, influencers, and educators.
Exactly.
Where do you fall?
Precisely.
Where do you fall?
Content creation. I'm going to leave it vague.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. Creators set a monthly subscription fee, a minimum of $4.99, and a maximum of, so you cannot go over $50. That's what they're saying here.
Okay, yeah. It also would make sense because I feel like there's people who would take advantage of that, and then, I don't know, I think it's good that they've standardized the pricing.
Yeah, because I think some people would say 500 or fuck off.
Yeah. And then all of us say 500, and then now it's obsolete. No one is
so
going
people take off from this.
When
So
Pornhub is free,
yeah,
that's
a good question that you're introducing into the picture. So Pornhub is free, but OnlyFans is paid for.
Yes.
Draw for me the difference so that people understand why Pornhub is free and people are going to pay at OnlyFans.
Okay, so OnlyFans is, I like even just the way you started with the description.
Yeah.
Because my initial understanding of the use of the platform is exactly that. Exclusive content that you put behind a paywall, meaning anything that you create that you feel like this is worth you people paying for, you put it there. And it could be anything. I completely understand why the adult content creators are the ones who become famous for this, because I think I don't want to say easy, like it's easy to do sex work, but it seems like the easier option. It's the less menacing option when it comes to actually, because content creation is not easy. All these directors, producers, editors, nini. So I feel like sex work is a bit easier content to create once you set your mind to it. And that is exactly what is the definition for me. Just content that you want to put behind somewhere that people have to pay for to access. It could be any sort of content. That's the difference between OnlyFans and Pornhub. Pornhub is just search-based. You go on Google, you type X videos, Pornhub, I don't know other sites.
But you see now, I think you that I like the explanation that you've given, but I don't think it answers my question.
Okay.
I want you to think from the men's perspective.
Okay.
You know?
Ungeanza hivyo.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu mimi si jamaa.
Yeah. I am a man.
Yes.
Why do you think I would go for to pay at OnlyFans and yet Pornhub is free?
Oh, I understand your question now.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that's what you were asking. Okay, so psychologically, there's more curiosity when stuff is hidden. Even on a very basic human level, it seems like it has more value when it is unattainable. Say a Ferrari, say something that you need to pay a bit extra for or work harder for. And this shows up a lot, especially in the male psyche. Men tend to be very competitive. They tend to want to show up in society, especially in the patriarchal society, as I'm the one who has this. I have the hot girl, the nice cars, the big house, the what. I mean, everyone does this, but it gives you social capital and social wealth when you can pay a little bit extra for any services. That's why we have VIP lounges. That's why, as opposed to the regular side, that's why you'll find Jaguero in the VVVIP and you'll not find him jumping with other people in the kawaida section. It's because it feels like it's better. Even if it's not, there's just a sense of exclusivity. There's a sense of it's cleaner, it's better, it's safer, it's more fun, it's more beautiful. That's on a very basic psyche level. So I think this applies a lot in capitalism, because even when you're buying tissue, you'll go and see the nice tissue and the ones that raruka when they touch pee. You'll go for, if you can pay a little bit extra coins for the best quality, you'll do that. So there's a notion behind when stuff is unattainable, it's much more exclusive. And on OnlyFans, you see there's a feature where you can have one-on-one conversations with the person that you are subscribed to.
That is as an add-on.
Yes. Not as an add-on, really. Once you've paid for the subscription, you can just message and talk to each other. So maybe you know, on Pornhub, you're seeing these girls that you will never get a chance to be next to.
Yeah.
You'll never meet them. OnlyFans kind of bridges that gap.
Okay.
You can just message her and talk to her.
I understand that, because I have started having some kind of a feeling.
Yes.
These days when I go to events, because of a lot of people call me a celeb, but I'm not seeing myself like that until you get into a gathering. You know?
And everyone is crowding.
Yes. And the other day I felt like shit. I should have been at the VIP lounge, but then it sounds bad in your head.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be with the people. but then they are all over you and they are looking at you as an equal, and it's a very interesting kind of dynamic. Because when I was at Kasarani the other day, a lot of people were crowding where I am and they're shouting political headache, they're shouting DWJ, ukuna sisi hapa, you know. And in my head is like, so you feel like, fuck, how do you even say this? You feel like you are with the people, they don't expect you. In fact, that's the thing. That's
They're
the
shocked
feeling.
that you're a real human being.
No, but they are shocked that you are where they are. They expect Udwuri Jagero to be in the VIP or the VVIP, you know? And even when they are talking to you like, we don't expect you to be here. And it gets into your head. And you're like, so then I should not be having a normal ticket. When I went to Mass House, and a lot of people, somebody comes and tells me, Jagero, you are not upstairs? Upstairs was the VIP. You see? And so it gets into your head, like, so at this moment, I should not be where the normal people are, which I find strange because I am a very noisy person and I don't like places that are quiet.
Yeah.
The VIP is shitty and quiet. Even when people are listening to music, they're just on their phones and listening to music. They're not like yelling and jumping and enjoying the show like the people that have come on normal ticket.
Yes.
You understand?
True.
So a lot of people, so in fact, during the Costa Ojuang's show in Kisumu, they had a very secluded VIP. But then the funny thing that happened was that when Costa came on stage, the people on the VIP have to come out and join the other guys that had paid the normal tickets.
Yeah.
So you see, so I understand when you talk about OnlyFans that it is giving you an access. It's giving you, so for example, I can imagine if the Stallion, Megan,
yes.
Megan were on OnlyFans.
She would break the internet.
You see?
Yes.
And imagining that people would even go and chat with her. And so this brings me to the other part of the question that I want to ask you.
Sure.
The men, you have the power to decide on what you want to show the men. Because I understand that the platform is actually the people paying is all the gender paying is almost 90% men.
Yes.
Or more.
Men. I think that is accurate. I'd say 90 plus. Yeah, I think it's because I don't think I've ever had a female subscriber. So it is men who are, creating the demand and supply for this whole thing, this whole organization. When we're talking about OnlyFans, I'd like for you to think of it as like on YouTube, for people to become members so that they're able to access content that is created specifically for your diehard fans. Yeah? So YouTube has that feature, right?
Yes.
So that's exactly what it is. It's just that. It's for the people who truly, truly, truly love you, whatever love means, whether it means just looking at you or hearing your voice or seeing the stuff you create, or some of the creators are posting gems, like they're showing you their actual processes. This is something, if you are somewhere in a workshop teaching people in real time, you'd have to be paid for your hours. But now someone can do it in the comfort of their homes, and people are paying in just to learn more and, get more educated. There's so many things that are being posted on OnlyFans. So I'd like people to open their minds, especially creators.
I sort of know that. And the place where I think a lot of creators are stuck is that we have 90% of the men. Because there are lesbian women. Why are they not paying for OnlyFans?
Do you want me to? That's a very straightforward question, but I don't want to say men, but like, we know how most men are when it comes to sexual tendencies. They tend to be much more lustful. I don't know if it's the testosterone that you guys have going on, but it pushes for them to be more inclined. Even the porn addiction rates, even porn sites, they're mostly frequented by the male gender. So it's just about, I guess, them not having easier access as they thought they would to women. Because something that is happening now, even a phenomenon that is happening now. Yesterday I was at Summerbox talking about being child-free. And one of the questions, most of the questions around why are you deciding to be child-free? It's because kuna all these socio-economic factors, hatuwezi afford watoto, hatuwezi, but beyond that, there's this phenomenon where women are starting to wake up to the fact that, we're able to pay our own bills, we're able to show up as friends to each other, we're romantic within our own platonic relationships. So what else are the men doing? They can't just sit and say, we're providing. We're requiring men to go the extra mile and actually start showing up emotionally, to start showing up with their presence and their energy, not just paying for stuff, but actually being basic human beings. And that is the reason also that I feel like is pushing men to be, have you heard about the male loneliness pandemic? Yes. So this thing that is happening, women are deciding not to engage with men as much anymore, not to procreate with or for men. It is pushing men to start feeling like they don't have access to women. I feel like the solution is just men saying, okay, fine, we will evolve and we will start treating you like human beings and, caring about your emotions and listening to you and being there and being very present. But instead, it's like they're not catching on. They're still thinking if they go the patriarchal way and just make money, they're still going to get women. Listen, making money gets you a certain kind of woman. It doesn't necessarily get you the nice, sweet, supportive girl. At most, it gets you the girls who want money. And this is showing up even in the porn sites. So these men are lonely. They don't know how to relate with women on a very humanly decent way. They don't know how to speak to women. They've never even interacted with women sexually. The most sex they know is what they watch on porn. And that's just what is happening. So they feel like they have no option. Yani for them, it's easier for them to just pay the $15.99 to talk to Robertta than to go and work on their emotional availability, their emotional presence within relationships. So that's what I think it's translating into. You
charge men $22,000 every month to keep interacting with you.
Yeah.
$2,000 they pay $2,000 every month to interact with you.
Very easily. And you see how the subscription works is that you can even offer discounts. Like if there's monthly rollouts. Like it's I'm to subscribe it's $15.99. But if you take 3 months at once, it deducts like $3 off or something. So there's people who do that. There's people who subscribe for 6 months. There's people who subscribe for 5 months, for 3 months, for just the month. So yeah, I don't want KRA like knocking on my doors or anything. But I'd like to say if you're a creator, I think it's worth you exploring OnlyFans and seeing how it can work for you. Not just sexual content creation, anything. Even if you're making jewelry, go on there and show us how you make the jewelry. Go on there and show us where you buy stuff.
And then men are going to subscribe to look at jewelry being made.
Okay, so the thing is, they have policies on false advertisement. If you say una post nyap ni kuma. If you say you're posting nyap and you're not posting
nyap is what language? What language
it's
is
sheng.
It? It's sheng.
Yeah.
Where did they think about that word?
I don't know. I heard it.
Nyap. Nyap sounds like nyama.
Ni watu wa mtaa wanaongeanga hivyo.
Yeah.
So if you say you're posting bare bum or you're posting titties, and then
so you what? Okay. So now I want to come back to that conversation because I want you to explain it properly.
Okay.
But I want us to go back to days before you started your own account.
Yes.
On OnlyFans. What are some of the questions that you asked yourself? And when you finally landed on the platform, what did you decide? This is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I was. This is like 5 years ago.
5 years? You've been on OnlyFans for 5 fucking years, and I do not know. I've known you for 2 years. I have known this girl for 2 years.
You known me for
3 years, and I do not know whether she's on OnlyFans or not. And this is what I find interesting, because it looks like something that is very secretive,
Yeah.
that people do not want to talk about.
Yeah.
Have you often felt like if you talked about it, then people would judge you?
No. I'm very open about it. I'm consistently sharing my link everywhere. I'm always posting about it. I have an episode I recorded on my podcast, Love and Orgasms, about OnlyFans. And let me now answer your question.
Yeah.
So right before I opened my account, I was broke.
Yeah.
I mean, I was used to making money by this time. I had come into big money. But at this time, I was going through a lot. I needed to move out of my mom's house. I was really beaten and broken. I was just nilikuwa chini. And I was trying to find ways to create multiple streams of income that would be I could be gaining while I'm working on love and orgasms. Now the other sides of writing and podcasting. And OnlyFans just came across my mind. So I was thinking, my articles were hot, and when I used to write consistently, they were hot and steaming and fire. And I had just had my website brought down because of the explicit content, and I had just opened my new website, and I was thinking, okay, if I'm being censored on all platforms because of my sexual content, nobody wants me to post anywhere, there's nowhere where I can make money, why not go on OnlyFans and I can put some of these articles behind a paywall so that the true diehard fans can have a space where they can actually talk to me one-on-one, they have access to me, they can access these articles where I can be much more explicit. And maybe, Kitambo, when I used to write, I used to post even screenshots. I used to post like stuff that was really showing my experiences are real. This is not just stories. This is a real person I was talking to who did this to me. And the more famous my blog got, I realized I can't do this anymore. I can get sued. So I was trying to think if there's a way the real fans can go somewhere where it's a bit more exclusive for them and I'm making money off it, perfect. The podcast had already started making money for me. So I was just trying to have different streams of income from the website with the articles, somewhere else behind a paywall. I tried AdSense, I tried Google. I was being censored. Nobody wanted to sponsor my explicit content. Even on the podcast, on the Love and Orgasms podcast, they stopped my monetization. While this whole time, I'm allowed to post explicit content. The only thing I need to do is put a disclaimer up. But with that, I'm getting shadow banned. So I'm not even getting the ads. I'm not getting the views. I'm not getting paid. This was me just looking for an alternative for myself to make extra money. And I can say it's good. I mean, the money is good. That's what I was thinking when I opened it.
Take me back to the first time that you registered and boom,
Yes.
you are live.
I'm
What
live.
happened after that whole experience? Did you keep checking to see what is
Yes.
going on? Who is loving my Roberta's face?
So what I would do is I would write articles and I would post the OnlyFans link on there to direct people on to subscribe. And the numbers on the website were really good and on the podcast as well. So it was transferring directly into the people who are subscribing on my OnlyFans to be able to access the exclusive content. So the first time I got my first subscription, I was like, what? Yani somebody can pay me for the barest of minimum.
Did you know who this person was?
No, you can't know. You can't know because most people on there do not use, first of all, their real, email addresses.
Okay.
Or their full names. So, plus, I really wasn't caring. That's not what I was chasing. I was just looking, is the money in the account? Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I was more interested in. Yeah, so the first money I made, I was very, very excited because the subscriptions were coming in just...
The other question that I want to ask you in as far as the subscriptions are concerned, because, and this is something probably that you need to expound for me, is that we know that a lot of Kenyans do not pay using their cards. So so it means that your subscription on your blog was also people from outside the country.
Yes. People from all over. All over. That's why.
Do you know the statistics at that time of your blog? How many people what was the percentage of people that were outside Africa, for example?
The statistics, there's analytics there that you can check on. I can't tell you for sure now because I can't remember and I haven't really checked in a while. But yes, they do tell you.
But by that time, would you say that you were like 20% outside Africa, 30% Kenya? What were you seeing at the point? What do you remember seeing?
I think most initially was local. Most subscriptions were from people around. It's just that you can tell from the usernames, like you can kind of tell huyu ni Mkenya, or you'll see a flag, or some put the flags on there, and then later ndo sasa ikaanza kukua. I think the more unajulikana sasa, the more people are reading and wanting to subscribe. So I can say right now I'd say it's from all over, but in the beginning it was more local.
Okay.
Yeah, more Kenyans.
It's interesting. And the men there on OnlyFans, I imagine that they are very chatty.
Yes, and something interesting that I point out is they're also very respectful, which is kind of, would I say crazy? Or very respectful. I have never, not once, been disrespected, insulted, assaulted, kuongeleshwa vibaya, mana madharau. They message, hey, beautiful, please, thank you, I'm sorry, please. Very, very respectful.
Why is that happening? Is it because of the policy and how stringent the rules
Yes.
are on OnlyFans?
Absolutely.
That if you try to disrespect somebody, they are going to knock you off.
Yes, I think that's a big, big deal. I think it's a big
Tell me a little bit about it, of how
Yes.
women find it safe to be on OnlyFans.
Okay.
How is it safe?
I wouldn't really say it's safe. I don't think anywhere I don't think anywhere on the internet is safe. But I feel like
how do you feel protected by the company?
I feel like the stringent policies, when it goes to data protection especially, they really, really follow up. Like if there's customer care I've ever dealt with anywhere that have really been prompt and very good at their job, actually it's OnlyFans.
Tell me a little bit about that, because you told me that before.
Yes.
You told me about how good are they at doing this? Because Meta does not give any social media any support whatsoever. X is dubious. I mean, Instagram is a whole lot of shit going on there. Even YouTube has got very bad
customer
support. Like it's almost non-existent. How is that for OnlyFans? How do they?
OnlyFans. Another website I can liken it to is GoDaddy, the host for my website. Very prompt in their communication. Okay, so OnlyFans. I think they have really stringent policies when it comes to data protection. They make sure that as a creator, and also they look at the rights of the subscribers. So everyone that is on the platform is really looked after. Okay, this is my personal experience. Maybe, please don't discount me if there's someone with horrible experiences with them.
Yeah.
But what I've experienced is that in case there's a glitch, in case there's an issue, if you have questions, if you need anything. Recently, I was telling you about how I was trying to withdraw some money. And I sent it into a subsidiary account first. So about 4 years ago, I had let me say, I wanted to say huge bulk, but let me just say bulk. I had a bulk of money and I wanted to withdraw it, but I sent it to the wrong. I had 2 subsidiary accounts, so I sent it to
what do you mean
the
by a
wrong
subsidiary
one.
account?
Okay, this is an account that is it's not a real bank, but it passes as a bank because you
Pioneer.
Because like Paxam,
okay,
like Skrill, you can save your money, you can save, invest, keep your money there. It links 2 different accounts. Like let's say your bank account and OnlyFans. Or like, yeah, that's an example I can give. Let's say you want to draw money from YouTube and you want to put it into your M-Pesa account. I don't know if they send it directly to your M-Pesa account.
YouTube does not work with M-Pesa.
So how do you do it?
It works with banks. It is a Swift wire transfer.
Okay. Okay, so easy kama sasa OnlyFans, you have there's no direct to M-Pesa or to Kenya. So I put it somewhere in another your bank ya hewa. Neza ita kama bank ya hewa. You see real bank. But you can put your money there, you can invest it there. So like an example is Paxam Skrill. So I sent my money to Paxam. This is like 4 years ago. And Juicy, I was in a fix. I really, really needed some money. And I had tried kutoka Paxam nilikuwa nimeshindwa sana ku withdraw your pesa because the security measures are very bold. Like you have to produce crazy documents. Like you even have to show where you live. If you move, you have to change all. It's crazy, and they have to really counter check even with the KRA, with the taxes. So you can't really. The measures are very, very strict. I had really tried to withdraw na ilikuwa imekata. And I sent Paxam an email and I told them I'd like for them to refund the money so that I can withdraw it another way. After they didn't even, they refunded it before they even responded to me. And then on OnlyFans, I was telling them, I had this money refunded, it's not reflecting. And they follow up for you. In fact, ni yao wanashinda wakikwambia, tunaifuata, tunaitrack, we know where your money is, relax, it'll show in two days. I don't find that kind of attentiveness when it comes to especially Kenyan places with customer service. And something about me is you could have a very shitty product, but as long as you're treating me really, really well, I'll keep coming back. I don't know why I'm like that, but I truly enjoy great customer service. So that's what I find with OnlyFans. They respond promptly. They follow up. They check. They're very strict with the data. You can't screenshot. It's like Netflix. You can't screen record. But people have found a way around it. That's why I was saying it's not safe, where you have two phones, you take your phone and you record someone's content. There's a time my pictures were on some Telegram porn site group, and my brother was messaging me to tell me, hey, is this you? I was like, oh my goodness, that's me. And then unaona hapo OnlyFans tag, because they're watermarked. Tag OnlyFans. I was like, yani somebody subscribed just to record? That's crazy. So it's not safe. There's nowhere safe. So where you're going to post stuff. Because
that is very interesting. So there is nobody when somebody is messaging you, what are they looking for when you are receiving, because they have got an inbox?
Yes.
When people are messaging you, what are they looking for?
Okay. So also it depends with what you're creating on your paywall, what you're creating on this account. I'm sure if you're creating sexual content, they're talking to you about sexual stuff. Like for me, most of the conversations, because I'm a sexual and intimacy and relationship coach, that's where the conversation revolves around. We talk about sex, we talk about intimacy, we talk about relationships. And sometimes there's occasional, hey, beautiful, can you send me a picture of your body? Can you show me your boobs? Can you show me your ass? Yes.
I would do that too. But then you can't just show me tattoos and I'm paying $15 a month. I need some nyap. All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so Because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke. And now, back to programming. So when they are messaging you, because I'm imagining
Yes.
that I have said in my description, because that's also the question that I wanted to ask you about the expectation, the reason why people get in.
Yes.
Because, for example, I have to know what I'm getting into. I've got 3 questions in Afuatana. Number 1 is, how do you make them want to subscribe to you, to your handle, or to your account, or to your wall? Number 2 is that once they have come in and they're requesting things on messages, how do you deal with the requests? And then number 3 is that what is it that you're leaving on your wall that somebody can go and watch when you're asleep?
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, there's a lot of coercion, just like in business and negotiation when you're trying to get someone to buy something from you in sales. So there's a lot of conversation around, you have to do advertising. Like the people who are doing sex work, I see them tending to advertise on X. There's a lot of porn or sex pages because X doesn't ban sexual content. So I'll show you another page called The Naked Room.
The Naked Room?
Yeah, it's actually Kenyan, where they do porn, but it's very artistic. I'll show you. I'll show you. It's naked bodies and people fucking. And they have a Patreon, and they have, a paywall where they post these things behind. But then this one is done by a professional. That guy who's behind the camera is very artistic, I'd say. Because the way he shows the human body.
The Naked Room,
Yes,
is a show at a wall on OnlyFans.
I don't know if they have OnlyFans, but I know they have a Patreon.
It's
just a paywall, basically.
Patreon is like Substack, right?
I've not used Substack.
How does Patreon work?
You become a member. You subscribe to it's like a membership.
But what you're selling is not on Patreon.
It is on Patreon.
So these naked bodies are on Patreon.
Yes. So you pay to see. the content.
And Patreon does not go behind to check what you are doing.
Okay, I don't know much about Patreon because Mimi, they refused. Mimi, they walinikataa tu na blog. Watch out naked bodies.
So then how is the naked room doing it?
I don't know.
Because my thinking is you go and pay on Patreon and then on the Patreon you see the link to what they're doing rather than having the
content.
The content on Patreon.
Probably that's it. Because I've not subscribed. I just get to see the content.
But when you are seeing
X.
the content, or you're just seeing the content on X.
Yeah, that's how they advertise. Now that's to answer how do you coerce people into subscribing. As long as you're a lively person who's likable and you're advertising, basically marketing your content, there's people who will always believe in you and pay that extra money to get closer to you. That's that exclusivity thing we're talking about. If someone knows there's some perks behind, like easier communication, one-on-one communication with you, why not pay? That $15, $16 is something affordable to someone who sees the worth of your work, the value of your work. So people will always pay. It's like the way we have DWJ events. People do pay the $15.99 to come and enjoy their time with us on the DWJ events. So that's exactly what it is. Just advertisement, marketing, asking people to come onto your page. Hiya. The next question is, what was it? What was the next question? What did you ask me?
There were 3 questions.
Yeah, okay, let me go to the last question.
Yeah, the last question was, do you leave your videos and photos on your page?
So someone can come anytime to check. See, they've paid for the subscription the whole month. I remember the other question. So the thing is, even when someone messages you and asks you for something,
yes,
how do you deal with that? They say they want to see your body and stuff. So there's this thing called tips, where for any add-on or extra, let's say anything extra someone asks for outside of what you're already showing, they can tip for it. They can pay you extra money for it. So besides the subscriptions, there's also a lot of money in the tips because people are paying $2, $10, $10, $10, $10. So if you just have $110, uko tu sawa.
$110 versus $1,000. But that means that you are doing probably over and above what you did not sort of sign up for. So, for example, somebody can tell you that can you? So you can send videos on inbox.
On the message, yes, you can.
You can send a video.
Yes.
So if somebody asks you that I want you to masturbate for 2 minutes and send me that video, you will tell him how much are you paying for, or will you tell him I'm gonna you'll have to tip me $100 for me to send you that?
Yes, and something like I said, I find the men on OnlyFans to be very respectful. They even pay before sometimes, like they don't even ask. They don't even. It's
how do they pay before?
He tips you. He can even. I've had someone tip me $100.
So they tip you and then come and then slide into your inbox.
When you're two-toner, this guy tips me nicely. He's given me $100 7 times this week. So even you just talking to him,
Roberta, you guys are literally walking on a path collecting bills. Like not bills like bills to pay, but $100 bills, $50 bills, $20 bills on a path.
Have you seen the Kenyan OnlyFans girlies? These women, they're very, very young, 22, 23. They're driving big cars. They're living in big apartments. I'll tell you the downsides to OnlyFans, of course, because as I have to make sure I balance so that whoever's making that decision is very much informed. Without saying what I post on OnlyFans, I think OnlyFans can be very dangerous if you're posting sexual content. As is anywhere you're posting sexual content. But I also think that people who get into sex work have already made peace with the idea that this is what I'm doing and I'm ready. Because
I don't think you can ever
will
be ready.
leak.
I don't think, Roberta, you can ever be ready for your
Not
body
really be ready,
being
but you have to come to some sort of acceptance. You kind of have to live with the fact that, if my father sees this video, then he sees it. Because if you're scared, you will not do it. You won't. These girls are very, very young and they're very open about sex. I was debating whether to tell this story, but let me just tell it. There's a little, okay, I call her little, but now she's a bit grown up. There's this girl in my estate who I've seen her grow up. Literally, I was there when her mom was pregnant. So I know her as my little sister. Very young girl. This lady was in a relationship with some guy, and this guy leaked her nudes. This was horrible. I know it really, really affected her. It affected the family because everyone ended up seeing these videos. Alikosana na umse akazileak. So kila mtu aliona hizo video. Mtaani, kila mtu. This girl was very, very young. I'd say 19, 20, and she was exhibiting these signs of being super hypersexual. When it's a young girl that you know that is acting like this, I'd feel a sense of responsibility of, oh my goodness, I need to be there for her. I need to, just show her it's okay, it's fine, she's going to get out of it. What atasahau, tuta move on. And then one day, this girl messages me out of nowhere and she asks me, she tells me, I need to talk to you. And I said, okay. Then when we meet up to talk, you know what she asks me? Yeah. What do you think about me opening an OnlyFans account? And my heart sank. My heart sank. I felt disappointment, anxiety. And then I was like, why am I being so hypocritical? She's asking me because she knows I have an OnlyFans account. So she's probably just learning from me. She probably sees me and feels like I want to be like her. I want to have a life like hers. I want to have the money she has. And it just made me feel I was like, no, this is not the message I'm trying to pass across. I don't want young women to fall into sex work. I mean, it's true the money is good, but let me tell you, you have to come into an acceptance that it is going to leak. Your people will see your nyap. People will see your legs like this. They'll see you getting fucked. So anyway, I told her I don't agree with it. I feel like she should wait because I was at least 24, 25 when I opened my account. I wasn't smart or experienced, but you see, me, I had a vision. I was trying to put my content behind a paywall. I wasn't trying to get fucked like in front of a camera. And this is what I was trying to explain to her.
Wait.
Yes.
There are people who get fucked and then post on OnlyFans.
See, that's what people are doing. What do you think the adult content is?
No. I think that I always thought that it's like showing your body.
It's not just that. People have whole production like this. Flashlights, cameras, they're fucking and sucking dick and like full on porn. Not just masturbation.
But then that's the problem that I keep finding. So some people would love that rather than going to Pornhub.
Yes, because the money is faster.
No. I am talking about the people that are watching.
So yes. Robertta has an OnlyFans. Robertta that I see on TV. I want to see her nyap. Why not? So they will subscribe just because of that. Or they're reading my blogs and they're like...
So then why are people on Pornhubs? Why are people on Pornhubs? Why can't they all go into OnlyFans? Because people who are on Pornhub are also doing it for the money.
But the setup is very different. You see, Pornhub is like an agency. Like, it's like, sisi wote kwa hiyo ofisi, nika neza kuita, tuseme ka pimp.
Yes.
Wendo mdosi, alafu una get magirls. Unasema sisi tutajiita blacked.
Okay.
Team yetu inaitwa blacked.
Okay.
So we get guys, we get girls. It's a whole production team, and then you say, "These are my girls, these are my guys," and they're going to be shooting. It's like a setting for a movie. You hire, you have auditions, you have to take these people's medical stuff. Like, it's like a production. It's like you have workers that you're actually putting on a, can I say, salary? That's the difference. OnlyFans, you don't need to go you don't need to be auditioned anywhere. You don't need to be hired by someone.
So because that is what I'm trying to establish is that, so then why would girls want to go and work for this blacked, for example, and not go into OnlyFans?
The reason it was like that kitambo, or just a few years ago, was because that was the only way, or rather the mainstream way to do sex work online.
It's like Pornhub is the traditional media, Citizen TV.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Napigiwa simu. But ni vizuri umeelewa.
Yes.
OnlyFans ni mpya, ni .com, imekuja juzi. So it's easier. You don't need to audition
anywhere. Because this is my second question. Because this the more I talk to you, is the more I find this to be a very dangerous place.
Yes.
Because I can go and get a girl that I know is beautiful and is having a lot of problems with cash. And I tell her that, look, I can show you how to make money. So you get a girl in Eldoret and you tell her that I want to shoot these things. And by the way, tutashoot tu, alafu there are just a few people that want
to. Unamwambia babe, hizi tu ni video zetu.
Yes. And then you go and open an OnlyFans page on the name of this girl. And then you are collecting money every month. And then probably paying her 1/10 of it.
Okay, you can't do that. You can't start a page with somebody else's information because the policies are very... Remember I told you the policies and the data protection.
What are the policies?
You literally have to submit your ID. You have to submit your face.
How difficult is it to do that?
For you to submit your face, it has to be consensual unless alikupin.
Yeah, but you see now, I'm thinking as a man... who is predatory in nature, you can't lack words to convince this girl to go there and do all those things.
Absolutely. Actually, unaweza tu mwambie babe angalia hii screen usmile. Without them knowing what's happening.
What is going on?
Yes.
They have probably never heard of OnlyFans.
Yes.
You can even scroll the page up so that they don't see what is going on. They just see a page. And then you put their name there. And then now you are the one who takes control of everything. When people ask you for a tip and I want to see your boobs, you go and tell her to provide the boobs.
Yes.
I want to see nyap, you go and tell her to provide this.
Or even you download online and you just post. Okay, they also do random check-ins about your account. Remember, it has to be linked to even KRA things, bank things. Like you submit a lot of information, even where you live, even where things where you'd have to actually, some questions you'd have to ask your parent or like your caretaker, where like they've done their best.
If somebody can take somebody from Laos to California,
it's true.
A young girl can be taken from Laos to California. I mean, I don't think, and then the lady is saying that now he has bought me a phone.
Yes.
He has bought me a watch.
He loves me.
He has put me up in a place where I'm staying. The shopping is coming from how much of shopping do you get for $100 at Carrefour? That is 15,000. And suddenly she's seeing a fridge, she's seeing a TV, and she doesn't have to do anything. But then in her head, she does not think at the bigger picture. She doesn't even know where her
and maybe
boobs
the
and
account
nudes
is making crazy money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the account might be making, for example, if you're showing boobs, you're showing yap, you're showing whatever you are masturbating and sending. So you could make up to $4,000, $5,000 a month. That is 500,000.
These girls on Kwanza wa Kenya, they post the payouts sometimes. These girls are easily making $1 million per month. Easily.
Yeah, and that is my concern is for those that have decided that this is the life that I'm going to live.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want. I mean, in Luo they say it is the stick that you have in your hand that was the nyoka.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it is your nyap in your hands. It's your nyap in your hands that is now giving you all these things. So it's very, very interesting.
I was gonna say they do random check-ins. After a few months or monthly, I can't remember. But the thing is, if they find one inconsistency.
What is the one? What inconsistency are we talking about?
Maybe you can't verify you're the user, you're the creator, and that the account is yours. They lock you out immediately. No appeals, nothing, you're gone, done. It just takes one time. Ama hata uongeleshe tu mtu vibaya, ama utukane mtu, ama ujaribu ku screen record, ama just one. It's an X. You're out.
It looks like trying to
and they keep your money.
It looks like getting into a vault. Everything has to go right.
Yes.
The alarm can't go off.
Yes.
The red light can't go off. The heat map can't go off. The alarm can't go off.
Temperature haiwezi change. Yes.
But still they go into they go into. So I feel like this is, and then there are also people that have been told the truth.
Yes.
That this is what we are going to do.
Yes.
We are going to make money. Do you think that the money can look good, but you're doing it against your will? How does it look like?
I feel like sex work is the hardest thing to do. I feel like it's very hard. By the time mtu amefika akasema niko ndafanya kazi, I don't think it ever comes from a place of happiness. Okay, I could be wrong, but let me speak on a personal level. I feel like by the time you're deciding you want to sleep with people for money, it's a very hard decision for you to come to. Because you have to kind of make peace. I mean, you never really make peace, but you kind of have to accept that this is what I'm doing and this is it. And you have to own it. And you have... Oh, I was telling you the story about the young lady.
Yeah. I think we never finished it.
So this lady, I told her I don't agree with it. But it was very hypocritical because I have my own account. And I know how I've benefited from this money, manze. Like, imenisaidia zile siku... Si uongo, zile siku nimekuwa down, imenisaidia. But then, trying to explain to someone whose frontal lobe is not developed that, hey, you'll make a lot of money, but this is not good money. Now to tie it into the question you've asked me. Is very difficult. They will not be able to understand because they're saying, why are you telling me not to do it? Well, it's helping you and I would like for it to help me as well. So this lady over the weekend, I go on Instagram and I'm watching stories and I see she's dancing on a couch naked, shaking her ass.
Naked?
Like in a bikini, practically naked. And she's posted her OnlyFans link and my heart just sunk again. I was like, okay, now she's decided she's doing this. Okay, quickly my thought shifted from, she's just a girl, she's just a
How
baby.
old is she?
She's like 21, 22.
21?
Yes. And that's the average age of most of the popular OnlyFans artists right now in the country. There's this lady who was trending last week. I can't remember her name, but I think she's a rapper or something. She just turned 18 like this. And then her OnlyFans site went live. And she made $1 million in 3 hours. $1 million US. She just turned 18 like this. So the people are going for the young, small, tiny girls. And those are the ones who are doing it right now.
It sounds like it really borders on pedophilia.
It does.
It
does.
I just don't want to see you because OnlyFans is not going to give you my body. Give your body to me when you are underage. But just at 18, you're young enough to be a child.
That's a baby.
And so I've been given the authority to look at a child.
Yes. That's what the people are rushing to pay for.
That is really, really bonkers.
It's very scary. Very scary. So when I saw this video and my thought shifted from, I was once a 19-year-old hypersexual girl talking about sex on my blog and on national TV. So there's a story behind how I ended up becoming that hypersexual. I've talked about when I first learned about porn, when I first started masturbating here on this show. Hizi vitu zote zinachangia who I am right now. So I kind of went from being disappointed into being, okay, if this is what she's decided she's doing, then she better own it. She better know this is it, people are going to see me naked and she better be okay with it.
Because the reason why I ask that, if people come onto my show,
Yes.
and after speaking, they realize that there are things they said that they did not want to say. And they call me up and tell me, Jagero, I think you remember where I'm talking about this. Can you please remove it? Because I think it is going to be problematic for my work. It's going to be problematic for this and that. But I'm just wondering, once you've danced naked,
That's it.
there's no one you're calling.
When you go to the supermarket, everyone has seen you. When you can't even come back into corporate. You can't even pivot into corporate because people are going to judge you. Me as Roberta, I don't care. Me, I support sex work. But like, people are going to be like, that's the girl with it. So you have to be ready for that. And then it threw me back to 19-year-old me who was writing sex stories, talking about my sexual experiences as a teenager, 19 years a teenager. And people judged me. People saw me like that. People saw me as a young prostitute whore who's fucking and talking about it. And it's very hypocritical for me to sit on a judgmental pedestal. Like, who am I to tell this girl she can't do it? You know, if she's decided to do it, then I need to now find a way to support her best. Not to encourage, but to be there for her and make sure she's safe in the ways that I can. I mean, it's not 100% foolproof safety, but like the education that, hey, this is what is going to happen once you join OnlyFans. And now maybe we can shift into talking about the dark side of things. So sex work takes away your dignity. It takes away if you don't have a strong gut, unajua wale madem tu kwa mimi ni malaya utadu. Unajua atoashe mingi kila mtu ujuanga tu Mary ni malaya na everybody likes Mary.
The way you drop your lines, my friend. The way you drop your lines.
Shocking.
Mimi ni malaya utadu.
You know someone like that somewhere. We always know a person who's like that, Johnny the drunk. You kunywa, so you know.
I remember actually, there is a guy who word on the street was saying that he had quit alcohol, and he really got offended.
When you call it.
Because now, yani ananiharibia jina. Kama nimeacha pombe. I was like, dude.
Everybody knows you. Yeah. So you have to own it. You have to become Mary Malaya. You have to be confident. And I've in the work I do regarding sex and intimacy in relationships, I've been privileged to be in spaces, especially a lot with the LGBTQ community. This is something that is frowned upon in the African society. But these people are starting to come out and they're owning it. I'm not likening LGBTQ to sex work. I'm just saying there's a kind of confidence and conviction you have to show up with. Because people will talk about you, they will make fun of you, they will try to put you down. But if this is what you've decided you want to do, then you have to own it. You have to accept, I'm Roberta, and I'm posting my nyap. So I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. I'm getting paid at the end of the day. And listen, there's no amount of money that you will ever make that will ever, I wanted to say fill your hole, but let me say fill your soul. From sex work especially. I think dirty money in general. But sex work, it's like you're exchanging your soul. You're exchanging your privacy. People are seeing parts of you that they were never meant to see. And you can never come back from that. So you really, really have to have a thick skin, a thick brain, a thick gut. You have to accept this is it. And when you're doing it, I mean, other than the social aspect of people talking shit, people berating you, there's just the personal self-esteem. Are you able to live with yourself? Are you able to love yourself even through what you're doing? Are you able to accept yourself? Because it's hard. That's why you can't... Sex work is not easy. You can't even be coerced into doing it. And if you are coerced, maybe threatened. Lakini coerced atile, fanya tu, itafika point utashindwa, because it has to come from self. You have to want to do it. You have to reach a point where you kind of reconcile. This is what I'm doing and this is where I'm at. And then imagine Mimi, all I do is write about sex and people treat me like a prostitute. So sembuse watu wenye wana post nyapya ukweli. I'm sure life is not easier for them, but I'm sure they build a kind of wall around themselves that, protects them, I hope. And online, let me tell you, especially in Kenya, in Nairobi right now, you'll see these girls because they're coming out, they're posting their payouts, they're saying, hey, I made 500 million this month, I made 2 million this month. You'll see the money, but something you need to think about also is that because you can't pivot into any other work, you can't be a hoe and then you start selling for us. Okay, you can sell for me because I don't judge sex workers, but the general public, you can't come and start selling for them books, or now you're doing children's what. Nobody's going to accept you in society.
Nobody's going to allow you next to their children.
Exactly. So once you accept that part, you have to understand that this is a very expensive career because you have to keep doing it to maintain that lifestyle.
Roberta, the more you speak, the more I think that working in this industry sometimes sounds like working in a slaughterhouse.
It is.
It sounds like working in an emergency room, part of the hospital. Gosh, it even sounds like working in a mortuary. Do you need therapy to be in the sex work?
I think you do. And not just talk therapy. I think you need a whole rewiring because you kind of have to dissociate. You kind of have to move through life acting like... Yeah, you have to move through life acting like you don't care. But do you really not care that everyone has seen your ass? Do you really not care? It's difficult, but you have to pretend not to. And you see that avoidance removes a part of humanity in you where you might act and show up like you're okay, smiling for us on the camera, but when you're alone with yourself, when unajua vile kunaenda. And you see this thing where I'm saying you have to sustain this lifestyle. The moment you stop posting nyap, where are you gonna get more money from?
And that's the thing.
When you stop posting nyap, who's going to take care of that car that you bought?
Because it is so much money. It's like cocaine money.
Who's going to pay that rent that you're paying 120 CG where? Who's going to afford it? Which job are you going to get? Where? Who's going to hire you?
But Roberta, sometimes whenever I speak to you, you sound like you have figured this whole shit out. And you know the one, you know the way they say, know when to stop, know when to count. That don't count your money at the whatever. There is a song where they're saying that you should know where to count your money. And coming from you, I feel like you really have to know what you're doing in life.
Yes.
And the repercussions. Every time I have talked about people. The other day, there is a guy in Kisumu that was telling me that, Jagero, you and Ondomalai Meisha.
Why?
Because everybody knows you.
But famous guys are the most Malayas.
But you see now, the way you are going to do it has to be very expensive.
Yes.
You have to now go to an exclusive resort.
Yes.
Where they know that here, celebs come, and somebody was telling me that there is a resort in Sierra, which is it looks like a resort in California. And there is a very long path that goes to that place. Once you get into a tinted car, all the workers are not allowed to have phones.
No cameras,
yes.
Nothing. Yes.
And even so the girls that come there, you cannot have a phone, you cannot take pictures, you cannot do what the CCTVs are not there.
And you see they're willing to pay for that exclusivity.
Yes. So me going to sleep with another girl in an Airbnb in Kisumu, I'm not going to do it.
Yes.
Because first of all, somebody's saying, Jagero!
All eyes on you, come on, Tupac.
Yo, I've got a girl here. Why are you shouting my name?
Let's move by mask na kofia. Yeah.
And then somebody was telling me that the way you look on the podcast has completely and radically changed when you now go out. But you see, that's tough to do. So anyway, it was really, really nice. The question I wanted to ask you that I've not forgotten about is that the productions,
Yes.
the elaborate productions that other people do. So here is a woman, for example, in Yalenda or in New York. So they go and get these big cameras, and then they get an industrial park. They go and rent a room, and shoot themselves there professionally.
I'd say that mostly is traditional media, the Pornhubs and...
But you told me that there are people who are doing professional work, like
Just in the house. Okay, something else that is very alluring about OnlyFans is that it's homemade videos. Even if the production set is very advanced, there's the feel of homemade. So kuna hiyo personal touch. It feels like it's a one-on-one, you and me. It doesn't feel like you're watching Pornhub, like you're watching a movie. Do you get what I mean?
Not millions are having their eyes
Yes,
on it.
and there's a difference because even on Pornhub, there's just a section for homemade videos. It's different. It gives you a different... When I used to watch porn, I used to search the homemade videos as well. Because it's just different. It doesn't
no longer
feel...
watch porn?
No, I stopped.
Why did you stop?
I feel like it's very detrimental. I mean, it reached a point I was like, I wasn't getting the high anymore. I don't know. And then after masturbating to porn, I would get this sense of guilt and shame. And I was talking to someone and they told me, someone very spiritual, and they were telling me about how, whatever you masturbate to leaves the energy lingering. And I was like, oh my goodness. So the shame and guilt that I was feeling is not even mine. So I was trying to think, so this is how actors feel when they're recording. When they're fucking strangers, whether you're strangers or not, when you're fucking in front of a camera, I'm sure there's some shame and guilt that goes into it. And how I proved that this lady told me, actually it was Miriam Rose. She told me, stop masturbating to porn and try masturbating to thoughts of yourself. Thoughts of yourself or things that you like, using your orgasm also to manifest stuff. Or think about, someone that is good for you. A friend, someone that has a good head on their shoulders, somebody who has good feelings. And I started doing that and I don't feel shame anymore. I don't feel guilt. And porn just doesn't give me the high anymore. So I just stopped. It wasn't doing it for me. In fact, I feel very disgusted. If you've watched porn, maybe you guys can tell us in the comments. After you finish, after you nut, you just feel dirty, nasty.
There is a time somebody posted on Facebook and the people laughed at that comment. That why do we close the tab so quickly after nutting?
It's that shame. It's, in fact, in una feel to, this is so disgusting. But ever since I started changing my focus when I'm masturbating, even when something I do is I really think about myself, my body. And after the sessions, I end up feeling so in love. I feel so beautiful. I feel sexy. I feel so hot. I'm like, okay, she was on to something because now
Masturbation for dummies.
I never feel the guilt and the shame and the disgust anymore. So I think it matters.
Okay.
I think if you're deciding to get into sex work, you really have to weigh the pros and the cons. And I like that you mentioned it feels like I've figured this stuff out. Something I do in my personal life is I like to try things out before I knock them down. Like if you tell me, Bobby, let's go and try this, even if I don't like it or I've never had interest, I'll try it at least once before I say no. And I'm able to give positive feedback because that is why I created Love and Orgasms. I want to speak to people honestly and tell them, hey, I've done this. This is what it feels like. So if you decide to go ahead, fine. But you have to make a very informed decision. Don't just go online and see Siji who's posting they're traveling and they're going to Siji where to do what. Let me tell you, these people are sex workers and those trips are paid for by their pimps or the people who they're going to sleep with. There is no man who is not your husband or is not like, there's no man who's just throwing away money for nothing. If He's not giving you the money. You're the commodity. You're the one who's being used. Don't ever see anything online and you're thinking, I wish I had that life. I wish I can buy those bags.
And this feeds into the bigger question, Bobby, because over and over again, women have always, the discussion on the table has been that the men need to respect women. And over again, I see a pattern of men using women's bodies and women offering their bodies. What I think it does is that over and over again, it is telling the men that my body is here, you can use it, you can abuse it, you can do whatever you want with it. And therefore, even when we are talking about sexual assault, when we are talking about these other ills in the society that are being committed by men, men are constantly seeing. Like, for example, I wonder the kind of what it tells a man when a woman goes on TikTok or on Instagram and say that, look, I have earned $1 million shillings by showing people my boobs and my nyap and this. What it tells the man that, okay, you dirty little bitch, this is what you're doing online, and you're coming here and telling me to respect your body. So it's just interesting because these are perceptions that are happening in our society.
Yes.
Men are seeing what women are doing with their bodies, and on the other side of the conversation, we are talking about the respect that we need.
Yes.
And therefore, so these are some of the things that when I think about my daughter, Maya, and the way she's going to live her life, and how she's going to portray her body, and you're wondering if you are saying this and doing that, you're saying this and doing that. We are talking about this thing, and we are talking about the effect of smoking, and we are going out on our break, and you are smoking.
Yes. Counterproductive.
So that is the parody of life, I think.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
The availability of consent does not warrant for abuse of it. I know you're asking the question because there's people who think like that. Even if, and I think that's why OnlyFans accounts for the language use, how you speak to people. So they're kind of forced.
What do you mean by that?
I've told you those men on there, when they message you, they're very kind and respectful.
And is it in the terms and conditions?
Yes, it is. Language is such a big deal on there. I'm telling you, it takes one strike ati uende uitem to prostitute, account yako inafungwa. Evil. They don't play about that. So I'd say, just because someone has given you consent, and consent can look like them posting their body on OnlyFans and you subscribing. Yes. It does not warrant that they deserve disrespect or abuse. It doesn't give you the leeway to be able to say, sasa huyu malaya, siezi nini. Wewe ukisubscribe, what does that say about you? Si wewe una support mamalaya? Muko all of you in the same bag. Ni demand na supply. Wewe unapenda kuangalia mamalaya, na yeye anapenda watu kama wewe wenye mnalipia nyap. So muko same. Hakuna mtu ako na moral high ground ya kwanza kusema ati these women are asking for respect and they are still. With that said, accountability is still a very important discussion in here.
By registering, these are the terms and conditions of OnlyFans. By registering and using OnlyFans as a creator of fun, you implicitly agree to its terms of service. If you do not agree, your only remedy is to avoid using the platform. The enforcement of these terms may result in account rejections or terminations at OnlyFans' discretion.
And even if you start with another account, they find you.
Yeah. All users must be 18 and above, with the creators required to undergo identity and age verification. Only one active creator account per individual is allowed. So you can't create multiple.
You cannot.
Why?
Hizo tu ni security measures zao. It helps with the security.
Creators retain ownership of their content but grant fans a license for access. Only fans may use content for promotional purposes subject to the terms and conditions outlined in the TOS. What is that? They can use the content
for advertisements. Yeah.
illegal, non-consensual, or exploitative content, e.g. involving minors or sexual violence, is strictly forbidden.
Yes.
So that is where you cannot go and record somebody.
You can't. Ukishikwa, I feel like they even take the matters themselves and actually report. Like they don't play about their terms and conditions.
The use of AI bots or third-party chatters to impersonate creators is explicitly prohibited. Some creators and agencies have reportedly still used them despite the risk and tears. What do you understand by that?
You see, I see YouTube doing this as well. They've demonetized all artificial intelligence content. So if you use AI as a voice or as an image to try and portray an actual creator, you're banned.
Oh, okay. So taking Roberta's image and making videos out, telling people that that's Roberta.
Yes, or even not just me, just a random creation of AI. They take it down.
So the disputes may involve mediation, and the legal jurisdiction is typically England. Okay. OnlyFans collect and process sensitive personal data, including identity documents and blah, blah, blah. Community insights from Reddit. Okay, subscription to renew. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about OnlyFans. I don't know whether the people of the internet has learned. But thank you very much for coming and telling me a lot actually about OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's good to know so that, just as a parting shot, I'd like to encourage content creators to consider getting paywalls, getting in spaces that have paywalls for their content. It's good money, especially if you're putting a lot of work into what you're creating. Listen, I'm not saying go and fuck on camera. I'm saying if you're creating something good and you feel, let me tell you, this is something someone told me. If you're doing your best, there's always someone out there who's willing to pay a buck for it. Always, even if it's just one person. So why do it for free?
You see, now that's a very interesting conversation that we are having, because what I have learned is that a lot of people outside this country are able to pay creators for the work that they do, not so much for Kenyans. Like even for example myself, I have an account, our M-Pesa account on YouTube where people can donate. Nobody does.
Kenyans don't have that tipping culture.
You see, and so you are wondering, okay, I have a YouTube channel. And it is the YouTube channel that is giving me money. When Kenyans watch for free and do not give me any tip in terms of M-Pesa, I am guaranteed that YouTube is going to send me money in that month. If I put my content behind the paywall, and I think this is the fear that many creators, especially in Africa, are having, is that nobody's going to pay. Let
me tell you, people will pay. Like even you, I can challenge you. Maybe you can do it as an experiment. Open an OnlyFans account. Put exclusive content, even just one video. You can even place it at $3. Doesn't have to be a lot, and see for yourself. Guys will pay. There's always people who are willing to pay for your craft and your art. And also, you have to learn this if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, if you're trying to go out there and make money on your own. You can't have the notion that, watalipa. And listen, I understand the culture in Kenya around it, but you have to believe there's someone who's going to pay. Because that's funny, how are we sustaining ourselves in this Nairobi, you and I? Because there's people who are paying to see us on their screens. So it's really important that, and also get to know what you're getting yourself into. Just get to, especially if you have the privilege. Najua situations ni different. Kuna wale watu wako coerced, kuna wale watu wako threatened. But kama ni decision yako umedecide nataka kwenda kupost sex, ama nataka kukua sex worker, really, really think and think hard. Because this is a matter of life and death. This is your whole reputation. And if you're doing it, just do it with your chest. Usifanye alafu tukikuona huko sijui wapi unaogopa kuonekana ama una feel shy. Just be yourself and show up as yourself completely. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, people of the internet. That was an amazing content by Roberta. Roberta, I really love you.
I missed you so much.
Yeah. I miss you too.
I love you also.
You love me?
I do.
Okay.
Guys, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Love and Orgasms.
Yeah.
Follow me everywhere on social media and let's have more conversations. Tuandikie kwa comments, guys. Tuko also karibu kufika 100K.
You see now, Nani, Stephanie is shocked that you have got your OnlyFans.
Why would you be shocked?
She should, she should go,
You got that.
she should go there.
Yeah.
She should go there.
Yeah.
And start preaching.
Yeah.
People will subscribe.
Absolutely.
Until
Absolutely.
another episode. Bye for now.